about your installation here? And
this is a second edition of this installation.
okay.
I installed it in another location, and that hence the angles on the front of this. So I thought that this was an appropriate piece to put in this window. And what this is this is one continuous piece that's been interrupted. And this curved part here is shown to be snapped under tension. So this piece is, curled back underneath. But this piece is still showing the continuation of the connection to the two. So this is about energy and elements, and hence the prints that I made, which is earth, water, air, fire, that'll be scattered in the background, kind of floating from the
ceiling.
Floating from the ceiling,
okay.
and that is so that any potential client can look in here and not have the space interrupted.
Okay. So what was it about this project that you felt would lend itself well to the storefront?
That I had a piece to put into it.
Okay.
I don't mind dropping things into a location, but I like to have more of a purpose, instead of plop art, make it specific to that. So, again, this seems to fit in the configuration that was provided.
So you've had your art displayed elsewhere in traditional galleries?
Oh yeah, I'm traditionally a stone carver. I carve stone by hand, and I've done like 12 marble workshops at the University of Oregon in the summer. I teach at their craft center. And also, I just had a show at Carr and Clark's in November. I teach on the West Coast at a number of stone carving functions. I'm primarily a hand carver. But over the years, I got a job in a steel company, and so after hours, I would be able to use their facilities to, translate my ideas into metal. Okay.
So how does it feel going from, having your work displayed in traditional galleries to a storefront?
It feels that it's a continuation of my artistic expansion. And being a sculptor is that it's to educate the viewer of the possibility of what a thought can do to be seen. And it's not necessarily for sales, though, we all want to have some recognition in that vein. But my primary purpose is to do my art. So I don't really necessarily make it for the marketplace, but it's also to share with a larger community. And I've been involved in that since 1974.
So do you think having your art displayed in such a public way here is a good way to share that with the public?
I believe it's true that's a good aspect of sharing that. And again, I've done a variety of things. At the Pioneer Cemetery over by the university, I replaced the Civil War head. So that was a whole event in itself. And the community came And as I was, making measurements and the scaffolding and putting it there, and the community that had lived there for all that time, that there I was, installing a new head.